Alright guys, basically the deal is I'm getting ready to put this gun into storage where I store my firearms at, so it's no longer going to be with me. So I need to hurry up and knock out a review on this guy. I got this gun about a month to a month and a half ago, probably early July, and I didn't do an unboxing on this, and I have shot it. So this is going to be first impressions, slash unboxing, slash post-shooting review of this guy. So I've told a few of you about this, but not everybody knew. But it's HK VP9. Really like it. First off, let me tell you, I got this gun used at Fin, Feather, and Fur, and the used price I paid was $4.99 plus tax. Happened to be in the used case there, so I knew when I seen it I had to grab it. It was something I had wanted before, and the store had sold out, and when I went to get it, it wasn't there, so I ended up getting other things. Originally, guys, when I got my Bowie M&P that's been customized by David Bowie, that gun trip was supposed to be for this gun, okay? And now I'm so glad it wasn't there at that time because of that Bowie M&P that I got. It's so awesome with the Viridian laser. Okay, let's keep on track here with this. So, some months later, after that, this happens to be in the used case. And you guys can tell me. Pretty fine specimen if I do say so myself. I couldn't find a mark on it anywhere, which wouldn't really been a big deal. Any little handling marks. It had like the factory oil, it looked like, still around certain areas of the gun. Looks pretty much new to me. Box has both mags, both 15-round mags, the loader, the back straps, and the side panel straps. And it had all the stuff that comes with it. The lock, the spent shell casing. That is dated February 13th, 2015. So that means that's when it was shipped from the factory to a store. It even had this. I was really glad when I saw this because I knew from watching unboxing videos that these came with an HK sticker. So when I seen that, I was like, okay. I was like, you know what? It's like, I wonder how much this gun had actually been used. Doesn't really matter, you know, to me. Okay, so let's talk about my first impressions at the gun store. And like I said, I've even fired this, so I'm even going to be able to tell you about that. Okay, so first impressions of the gun when I was at the gun store. I don't know if these grip panels are set up the way the gun comes from factory. I do not know that at all. One of you have to chime in. I'll do close-ups in a little while. Here's my first impressions. I see this in the used case for $4.99, and I'm already going, yeah, I'm leaving with that. Then I say, hey, you know, this is what I want to see. First impressions when I grab this gun and I hold it out and I squeeze my grip, literally the first thing that came in my mind is this is the best feeling, most ergonomic polymer gun I've ever handled for me. That's the first thing that came to my mind, guys. I'm not gonna lie. It was like, this is the most ergonomic pistol, the most natural feeling grip, the best feeling grip that I might have ever felt on a stock handgun from factory. So then the next thing, now I like the paddle. I'm just releasing the mag here so we can do a gun check, but a chamber check. I like this. Some guys don't. I use my first finger. I shoot left-handed. This gun is fully ambidextrous. Here's your slide release on this side, slide release on this side, and you got the paddles on both sides, which I like. Okay, so no rounds in chamber. So then after I seen how much I like the grip, I figured I'd go ahead and dry fire it. So then I'm going like this, I kind of do this sometimes. I let my finger off, just kind of bring the pressure back a little bit, and then the first thing I said there was, this may be the best feeling trigger on a stock polymer handgun that I have ever felt. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not down in any other brands. I love Glock. Will always love Glock. This is going into storage, and guess what's on my side right now? A Glock. I'm not going to pull it out, but a Glock. So don't think I'm down in any other gun company when I'm telling you these little bits and pieces of things from my impressions. And I must say that since having this gun, I have tried a Walther PPQ9 in 40, and I dry fired it. And once again, I was like, whoa. But I don't want to get into that until I actually have a PPQ to review. So let's check reset. Nice crisp break. Let's check the reset. Reset is lacking, okay, a little bit. It might, you know, it's not that big of a deal. It's not something that can't be overcome with shooting practice. But comparing this to a Glock, the reset in this is lacking. Shooting to reset is a way to shoot quickly and fast. And experienced shooters shoot to reset. Basically, they pull the trigger very fast now, and they let it come out to reset and shoot again. This is what like IDPA shooters and stuff do, and it takes a lot of practice to do that. And on something like a Glock, it's easier to shoot to reset for me. Okay, but still, the crispness of this trigger, the weight and the crispness is pretty amazing to me, okay, on this gun. I do have a video up where it shows one clip of me shooting this at the range, and it was my first time ever shooting it. I wasn't the most impressed with myself on my first few shots, and then later on, I started getting groups like this. Now, keep in mind, that's with having the gun out for the first time and never having trained with it. I'm starting to get groups like this now. So, like, say I'm aiming at the head of a target, I was a little bit to the right, and I was all over the right, like where the bullseye is, and I was like that. And we're talking about, I don't know, about 25 feet. We're talking combat distances here, guys. When I test my guns and I first get them, I only go combat distance, okay? I need to know where this gun's shooting. I need to see how it's shooting, if the sights are set for my eyes. I don't need to take a gun out to 25 yards and start with a new gun. To me, I just don't do that, okay? So that's about, you know, anywhere 21 to 25 feet, okay? And I started getting groups like this, pretty much. So I'm happy with that. I liked the way it shot. It was very smooth. There was one thing that happened, but it wasn't the gun. This is shooter error. And the thing is I had seen in previous reviews of this gun that this was happening with a lot of other people. What was happening was that even though I shoot left, there's a slide release here, with my grip under recoil on the last round, this was getting activated by my thumb. Okay, and the gun was coming back forward on an empty mag. So what I did was I just kind of became conscious of where my thumb was, and just a little bit, just change my grip a little bit here on the thumb. My grip stayed the same, but my thumb placement just moved just a little bit, and then the gun was locking back. So no issues with the gun. Like the luminescent sights, I would like to get night sights. These glow in the dark. You know, whatever. But I do like the gun a lot. Has a nice, full Picatinny rail, so you can mount anything that you would want up here. Any kind of weapons lights, any kind of laser systems like my Viridian X5L. It does have these, and I really like these. It has these, I guess we'll call them cocking ears on the back of the slide. Now, when I first seen the gun, I was kind of like iffy. I gotta tell you, I'm glad these are here. I'm telling you what, guys, I'm messing around at the range and playing with this gun. When I bring my hand up and I catch it over here, this puts a whole new dynamic on racking a gun. Just this little piece of material and just catching it on one side. So I am really happy with these cocking ears. This is something where I feel HK went above and beyond when they made this model of gun. Also, I believe it's after removing the sight, you can remove these cocking ears here if you don't like them. So it's not a big deal. You can get them out of there. We'll never know that they were there. Me personally, I think this is a very good idea. I don't think it takes from the look of the gun. I think the gun looks just as good. And like I said, I think when I rack the gun, it's awesome. This one catches the meat of my hand. This one, my finger's on. And I feel like I have so much more control when I rack the gun. Okay, let's talk about grip. Now, as you see this grip here, this is very, very nice and tacky. I'm really impressed with the grip of this gun when I hold it in my hand. I get my other hand in there for a grip. I feel like I can really hold on to this thing. I don't feel like it's going to slip. The polymer doesn't feel slick. This really lends to a nice grippy material for the grips themselves, and I'm very happy with the way these pieces are. These pieces are kind of like small little pieces, and they're twisted all kinds of different ways in the pattern, and that really lets you get a hold of this, and it makes for a sure grip. Okay, nothing up here where you wouldn't want it that would irritate the web of your hand. It makes for a great grip, guys. There's nothing else really I can say about it. The grip is just great. The ergonomics, as far as like how the gun slopes in here, there's a hump right here. The sides do come out up here to fill the palm of the hand, and I don't know. This gun just melts into my hand. It really does. And I haven't even experimented and played with these other grips. I might find something better. Some guys are taking a fatter grip and putting it on the palm side of their hand and leaving a thinner one on this side. So I haven't even tried to play with any of that stuff. So, who knows what'll end up happening. But I love the ergonomics. It's got a great trigger. Crisp, light feeling trigger. Still a great self-defense trigger. I believe all in all, a self-defense gun, I would have no problem under the sun of carrying this gun in a self-defense situation. If you're thinking about getting one of these and it's not overpriced at your gun store, I would say by all means get it. Without a doubt, go ahead and get this gun. One of the draws to it is it's not that expensive. Being that it's an HK, it's not at the price of most HKs. That's why I say don't get one overpriced, because one of the claims to fame of this gun is it being priced lower than other models of HK that come out on the market. If you were thinking about getting this, I say go for it. If you're wondering about accuracy, grip, I gotta give it 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up on the trigger pull and on the grip. And after that, you can change your sights and you can do different things. So when I got the trigger pull and the grip with two 10 out of 10s, thumbs up, there's not much more I can say about this gun. Let me give you a couple close-ups before I turn the camera off here, and then we'll call this one done. And she's going into storage for a little bit. Just awesome. Just, HK really, really came through with what they were trying to accomplish, I believe, when they wanted to make a striker fired. Because I also didn't kind of mention that. I'm sorry, guys. I do these reviews off the cuff with no paperwork, no notes. This is striker fired, no hammer. There's the luminescent sights. Now, mind you, this is a used gun, and I've even fired it. Look how clean this is. I frog glued it, wiped it down with a little bit of frog glue before I started the video. A lot of traction on these grips. I like the way the gun sits in the hand. Cocking ears are awesome. Trigger pull's nice and crisp. Ambidextrous slide release and ambidextrous paddle mag releases. Guys, I'm telling you, get a hold of one of these and check them out, or try to shoot one at your local range, because I don't think anyone would be disappointed. Alright guys, until next time, that is my HK VP9. I'm H4T, and I hope you guys have a good night, and I'm out.